What's the story, lads and lassies? It's Rory. How you doing today? So today I'm just bringing you another episode of Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 how-to, I suppose. And in this episode, we're just going to be looking at improving our efficiency and our editing workflow. So as you can see, I have a brand new project opened up. We don't have a sequence already created. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a sequence based off of the videos that we have. So if you just check this little new item down in the bottom right of the project panel, we're going to be able to just drag and drop a clip, and that's going to create a sequence based on the item that we've just put in there and its constraints, frames per second, the resolution, all that good stuff. So we're gonna we're gonna use this clip as our first editing point. So as you can see here, this opacity slider. Oh, what do we do there? Right? So we'll turn it down, turn it up. So this actually makes our video layer opaque, so that it's either transparent or you're actually able to see it, so you can see clips that are under it, or over it even. So what if I do? Yeah. What's the story, lads and lassies? So you see the opacity there. So we're gonna just undo that. Yeah, we'll put the opacity back up to full. So backslash is gonna bring our whole our whole timeline into view. Every clip in the timeline. You can also zoom with the plus button, or the minus button to zoom out, or the backslash will just bring everything into view. So without further ado, we're going to say we show markers yet. So we don't want to show the opacity handles, hide keyframes. So we don't want anything actually shown on our video track. And we can set the display style here also, so you can see that we have it as show head only right now, so it's just showing the beginning frame. And if you do show head and tail, it'll actually show you where we're finishing off on, or what frame we're finishing on. But I'm just going to leave it on show head only, but you can go to different display styles if you'd like. Okay, so we're going to be looking at video and audio track edits in this as well. So as you can see, this little caret, the disclosure, will actually show the frames. That if we were to add clips up here, it's just a video track, no icons, but you hit the display caret or the disclosure caret, and that'll bring it into view. So that track's disabled. Delete the clip. Okay, you can also do it on the audio tracks to show the wave. So we'll just close that up again. So, and we also want to delete this track, because since I said the audio is so bad, we don't want to use it. So in our source panel, you'll notice that there's two icons below the actual footage. So you have one, which is the video show reel, that if you drag that in, it'll just drag the video into the timeline. We can hit delete, and I'll even just drag the audio in then by grabbing the waveforms. And I'll give you a little sample of this audio now. Lads and lassies, how you doing? My name's Rory. So today I've just done a fresh install of Windows 10. And I think the microphone's in the same spot as it always is, but it's not picking up my voice. So track visibility and locks. Am I able to do anything else? Change the size of the tracks. Oh yes. So changing the size of your that's this deselecting. So we'll select this audio and I don't mean to deselect. We'll leave that enabled. Waveforms, but as you can see, there's nothing actually there. And okay, so the audio on boy I'm getting, as you can see, all these like choppy bits of audio. So what we're going to end up doing is we're probably not going to use this bit of audio. You have that there, okay, huge. We're just going to leave that there. And we're going to put this track in here. So all three of our video tracks are full. So to add new video tracks to our project, we're able to either just wait, do this properly. So just change the layout a little bit so that we have a bit more space in our timeline here. So that then if I wanted to add another track, we can drag and drop, and that will just create a new video and audio track. Or if you want to just create a video track, you can drag the show reel, or audio, just drag the audio in, and below that will create audio track number 4. We're able to right click in the timeline to create new tracks. We can say we want 2 new tracks, or 2 video tracks, 2 audio tracks, and that will create 2 of those based on the information that we just input, and it was before, or you're able to do after video 5 or before first track. You have a lot to play with here. Premiere Pro is a smart application. And just say that we want to delete the tracks, so we can delete all empty video tracks and delete all empty audio tracks. And I'm going to do both since we're not using the empty tracks at the moment. Okay, so the sequence menu up here, we're able to actually add tracks or delete tracks as well. Okay, so since I have a clip in here, we're going to rename, right click to rename, and I'm just going to say logo. Then this will be, video 2 is fine, but you're able to just rename the tracks, and we'll name this, installers, and the audio is shit, so we know that. Okay. So I am going to delete those 2. Since I know that the audio is shit from this, I'm actually just going to drag the video into backslash key. And I want to put the backup as well, so that's going to play after. So to drag the video only, because I know the audio is terrible on that. So okay, so just say you wanted to use a keyboard shortcut just to add this backup file in. So put the playhead where we want it. So what I did was I actually disabled the audio tracks. A keyboard shortcut or a quick shortcut for this is a shift click, and it'll enable or disable both. You can do it on video as well, but we're going to leave the video since we want the video to actually come in without the audio. So we're just going to press the period key, backslash to bring it all into view, and as you can see, it didn't add the audio. And then you can do that opposite ways as well. So then if we just had audio playing, we're like, I actually just want the audio from backup.mp4. Boom. And then these are actually unlinked, so we're able to just move these whichever way we want. Or, we're able to edit those independently of the video. It's also good so you don't have to unlink the videos all the time. I'll enable everything again by shift clicking. Okay, so just say since this guy is so large, we're like, you know what, eyeball, see toggle track output, we don't want to see it, but we want it to stay enabled. We'll even put this up here, and we'll do the same with that, so that then when you actually scroll up to it, okay, you can see we're in backup.mp4 now, video, and we're back to track number 1, which is installer. And if you want, you can shift click the eyeball, and that will actually make them all visible. Same with audio. If you do the speaker, it will toggle the track to be enabled or disabled. If you had 2 items on 1 video track and you hit the eyeball, that will make them, not show. But you're able to also just enable or disable them so that then you're just working with one clip in the timeline rather than both of them. It's if you want to edit that way. Okay. If you wanted to lock your layers, you'll notice that there's cross-hatching across the video layer that we've just locked. So that means we won't be able to add anything or edit anything in that timeline right now. Or in that, sorry, that track right now. So locking's pretty good if you don't want to fuck up anything that you've already perfected, so to speak. Okay, and now I'm just going to talk a little bit about rendering. So rendering is the computer compiling all the layers together. Now this isn't a huge project, so it won't take a long time to render. So as you can see, there's a few video previews. I just hit the keyboard shortcut enter there just to render all the current audio and video tracks. I don't have time for this shit. So sequence, the sequence settings. No, I'm looking for project settings, general. So the graphics card that I'm actually using doesn't allow me to have video rendering GPU assisted, but if you have a graphics card that is if you have a graphics card that will allow you to use Mercury Playback Engine software and GPU accelerated, you're golden. You're going to be rendering videos in no time. So mine's just using the CPU rather than a combination of the CPU and GPU. Okay, so you are able to, if top right bar here, so we can get rid of the work area bar, and in our sequence you see that render effects in work area, render entire work area. So if we were to remove the work area bar and go back up here, render effects into out. So if I were to say I'm going to put an in point here and an out point here, and then say sequence render effects into out. Still a lot of frames because the videos that I actually have in here are pretty long. But my 2700X is doing an okay job, I would think. Like, it's not unbearable, but it is for the video. So also up here, that if you can see that the render quality that we're working in is half playback resolution. But if we change this to full, you'll see that the video quality dramatically changes. And then if you wanted to do it to a quarter, you'll see that it's shit. It's potato quality right there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, last thing I want to touch up today is the history panel. So the history panel, you can see here every move that you've made. So even the new open file, the overwrite edits I've created, disable track output. So we're just going to bring it right back to the overwrite or new open. And then this is our new point. So like we're starting a new timeline or a new, yeah, I suppose timeline. And not the darkest timeline, but one with less mistakes. So I hope you liked the video. I know that I'm after reiterating like a better control of the timeline, how to do more video and audio track edits, how to lock tracks, how to change the visibility so that you're not actually seeing some of them. Touched on rendering very briefly, and the history panel to see how many undos you actually have or how many mistakes you have made. I hope you liked the video, and yeah, thanks a lot if any of you actually watched it. If you liked it, let me know, and if you hated it, let me know. Gura Mila Mahagut, Slán. Thanks a million. Goodbye.